had $73 in my bank account and $5,500 in bills to pay in 2 weeks. Yo, what's going on YouTube, man? Listen, I know y'all see the title, man. Y'all wanna know what the hell he talking about, man. He live in the penthouse. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm broke. Alright, I'm broke. And this video is really for like the younger audience, you know? People that are 19, 18, well, really like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, out here trying to get it. Is for you guys. Why I say it's for you guys is because I'm 21 myself and I live in a high-rise apartment. You know, I got a nice view. But there's a lot more to it, man. There's a lot more to it, you know, and I'm gonna get to all that. You know, I'm gonna explain a little bit of my history, who I am, because this is like really my first YouTube video that I'm making, so y'all don't really know who I am. But essentially, we're gonna take a way back to 2022. Okay, it's 2022. I'm in high school. All right, I'm about to graduate. I see my brother's making money. My brother, at this point, my older brother has had a Shelby GT350. Okay, if you don't know what it is, look it up. It's a Mustang, limited edition. They only made like 5,000 a year, some crazy shit like that, right? Then he got a Camry with the GT350. Then he sold both of them for a Tesla Plaid as soon as it came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's crazy shit. So I see this dude making money, you know. I'm in high school, and the first thing my mom tells me is not to move with my brother because my brother's moving. At this point, he's moving to South Carolina because they offered him a management position. So everybody's like, don't move with your brother. Don't move out of state. Don't you think about it? Because everybody knows I want to do sales. At this point, I'm like, I can't talk to people. I'm scared. I'm shy. I'm the shyest person in the world. Like, I'm the quietest person in the room, right? But like, they're like, yo, don't move to South Carolina. I'm like, I have to do sales, right? So I try to go to my nearest Toyota, local Toyota dealership, to sell cars. And they never contacted me back. I went. They first off didn't even interview me. They saw me, had a young face. I'm 18 years old, no beard, as y'all can see. You know what I'm saying? Still don't have a beard at 21. But nobody took me serious, you know. And so then my brother was like, you know what? I'm gonna get you a job up here. That's when I was like, okay. Again, my parents were like, don't move up with your brother. Don't move out of state. We don't want you doing that. At this point, they're my parents. They're pretty much everything I got. You know, I'm working at Chick-fil-A for $7.25 an hour, right? So I'm like, you know what? He tells me that. He's like, yo, come move up here. We're both gonna move at the same time. I'm gonna teach you the ropes. You're gonna sell cars. You're gonna make a lot of money. I'm like, cool. Fuck it, let's go, right? So then I tell my mom, like, hey, Mom, after she got done telling me, don't move up there, I was like, hey, Mom, I'm moving my brother. She got home late at night. She works long hours, right? She got home late at night, and I was like, hey, Mom, I'm moving my brother to sell cars. She was so tired. She was like, yeah, okay, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, by the way, her off day, right? So I'm like up real early, packing all my things, right? She doesn't know. At this point, she has no idea. She just knows I'm about to eventually move with my brother, right? She's packing all her things, or I'm packing all my things. She's already downstairs, made her coffee, reading her Bible, right? So yeah, she calls me downstairs. She hears that I'm awake. She calls me downstairs and she's like, have a seat. Have a seat, Maher. That's my name, by the way. Maher, like Maher. You know what I'm saying? The mayor. You can also call me the mayor, you know. The mayor Toyota, you know. Whichever way you want to go, man. But anyways, she's like, have a seat, Maher, right? I'm like, okay, I have a seat. I'm at the dinner table. You already know. When your parents tell you have a seat, man, I just turned 18 like 2 months ago, right? Working, again, $7.25 an hour at Chick-fil-A. Overtime, I'm doing overtime too. Like, I'm working every day, 12 hours a day, as much as I can, right? They're letting me do overtime. I'm gonna do it. That's who I am. I'm a hard worker. All right. She's like, have a seat. I have a seat. She's like, so what do you mean you're moving with your brother? I was like, yeah, I'm moving with my brother. She's like, and when are you planning on doing this? I'm like, straight face. I'm like, tomorrow. She like, what? She go crazy. She go, oh, she's Latina. You already know, man. My mom, she come from Dominican Republic. She crazy, loud, woo, 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 right? Going crazy now. Now she like giving me this whole spiel, how everything's gonna go wrong, woo, 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 right? Cool, that's just my mom. She likes to play the safe game, right? Cool. I appreciate her because, you know, she's just trying to look out for me. At the end of the day, she's just trying to look out for me. She sees two young kids, or young, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? Young adults trying to move, trying to make moves, you know. She sees life a different way, and it's okay. It's okay, right? Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion, right? We are her son. She wants the best for us. She doesn't want us to turn out as failures. So I completely understand her. However, you know, I see life a different way. I see there's opportunity. I got to take it. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. Move out to South Carolina. I'm sleeping on the floor. We're living with roaches. Long story short, I almost get fired for my first 2 months because I'm taking 50 customers a day, selling like 6, 7, 8 cars a month, right? I'm sucking ass. I'm ass. I'm butt cheeks. Like, I can't even say hi to a customer. I'm going up to a customer and I'm like, hi, how are you? Like, welcome in, can I help you? You know, like scared as fuck, you know, because I'm fresh out of high school. I'm an introvert. I don't know how to talk to people. Like, I had to learn this from the ground up. That's all I'm saying. Like, anybody could do sales. If I could do sales, you could do sales if you have the willingness to do sales. You know, you want to go make $10,000 or $20,000 a month, do sales. It doesn't matter what skills you have. If you have it in your mentality that you can't do it, then you can't do it. If you have it in your mentality that you can't do it, then you can do it. It doesn't matter. An idiot, a dumbass from the street could go and do sales that didn't even graduate college. Matter of fact, my GM didn't graduate high school, and he has a GED, and he is a general manager at a Toyota dealership. Crazy work. How does that work? I don't know. He grew up in trailer parks, right? Whole spill. Point is, anybody can do this shit. Okay, so boom, move up to South Carolina, right? First 2 months, suck ass. I'm about to get fired, right? Everybody hates me. I can't even talk to a customer. I can't even say hi to a customer. Boom, 3rd month, things start picking up. 14 cars. Then next month, December, 21 cars. I missed salesman of the month by half a car deal. Then January comes. I'm at 19 and a half cars. Is the whatever is the end of the month, 31st of January, whatever the end of the month is, right? Of January is the 30th, 31st, whatever that day that is, right? It is the end of the month. I'm at 19 and a half cars. This other guy that's been selling, he's probably like almost 30 years old. Again, I'm 18, fresh out of high school, right? My 4th month in the business. I'm like trying to get the salesman of the month. I'm at 19 and a half cars. This guy's at 19 and a half cars. So we're right there. He's selling a car, I'm selling a car. It's like 10 p.m. at night, last day of the month, right? I'm driving at the time a Honda Civic with no AC, no air conditioning, right? Has a sunroof. That was pretty lit, I ain't gonna lie. Had a sunroof, salvage title, yup. Car was probably worth about $500 to $1,000, right? Piece of shit car, right? So I traded that car in at about 10 p.m. Got approved on the lease. Brand new Tacoma, fresh out the showroom floor. Blue Tacoma, blue crushed metallic. That's the exact name of the color. Blue crushed metallic, 4x4, TRD off-road, premium. I'm talking about JBL speaker, 360 camera, sunroof, the LED headlights, everything. It has everything. Got approved on it, lease, right? Bought the car. That was my first salesman of the month. From there, it was just up and up and up. Won like 6 times salesman of the month at that store, right? Made $130,000 in gross in 1 month. My brother, you already know, he's the one that trained me, so he's like 10 times better than me, right? You already know the whole spiel. Boom. Point is, now my ego is up to my head. At this point, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I think I'm everything. I can do everything. This is where the learning lesson goes. Okay, if you're 19, you're 20, you're 18, you're whatever age you are, and you're at a young age and you want to succeed, that's good. That's great. That's amazing. If you have that ambition to succeed, keep that ambition to succeed. However, don't do the same mistake I made. What was that mistake? Is keeping my ego up, keeping my ego high, and thinking that I know it all and I have it all. Okay? At this point in time, I have probably about $30,000. Have money in Bitcoin, have money in savings account. I'm chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had 30 bands. I didn't even try to save. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like every mom, like putting 2-3 grand into Bitcoin, blowing another 2 grand in dinners. I have a girlfriend at the time, bought her a whole bunch of shit. You already know the whole spiel, right? I'm making so much money, right? Like, I don't even know what to do with it. I'm buying Wagyu steak, $300-$400 on a steak, $500-$800 on a dinner, right? Crazy shit, crazy work, right? We flying out the country. We doing everything. Everything you think about, we doing it. We partying every night, right? And at this point, the store starts turning around. They start cutting people pay. They start with GM, GSM, finance managers. Salesperson is gonna be next. You know, that's just the way it goes, right? It just goes down the ladder, right? Shit falls down the ladder, right? Point is, right? We're like, okay, we're moving back to Georgia. Cool. That's how we end up here. High-rise apartment. I always wanted to live at a high-rise apartment. You know, I remember when I was younger, I remember visiting the city, and not to say we grew up poor, because my mom put in a lot of effort to make sure we grew up in a good house, stuff like that. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we grew up rich, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have nothing. We came from Dominican Republic. My mom came from Dominican Republic, came over here, barely got approved on the mortgage. And you know what I'm saying? Like, she worked her ass off for the things that we got. Point is, I always told my mom I wanted to live in a high rise. My brother's shopping for a high rise. I'm shopping for a high rise. That's just how it is. I got hella money in my savings, you know. Again, my ego is up here, right? Boom, get a job at Hyundai. That doesn't really work out. Quit the job. Go like 2 more months without working. At this point, I'm like 3 months in a high rise, paying rent, and I haven't even made a check. I haven't even made a paycheck yet. Like, I'm over here just chilling. Like, I'm over here in vacation. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when my old GM that was working at South Carolina, he was already down here at Georgia. So he gave me a job. He offered me a job. Woo, woo, woo. Started selling cars. Things start going well. Making money, right? Back to making money. Cool. But I ran through so much savings, and I cut through so much savings, and now I'm at $0 in savings. Well, I used to put up $1,000 in Tesla, and that went up like 50%, right? But still, the point is, don't rush into these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you have it don't mean you have to get it. Sure, I lived an entire year at a high-rise apartment, and I'm gonna show you the rest of this apartment. This apartment is crazy. The newest, best, nicest, best amenities, most amenities. I'm talking about 2-floor gym. The best apartment you could find at the time that I moved out here. You know what I'm saying? Or high-rise, right? But the point is, you're young. Don't just blow your money on this stuff, right? Because, boom, I just spent 45 grand in a year in a high-rise apartment. And where did all that money go? What do I have left? What do I have left? An experience. I was able to show off on my Instagram. People think I'm like, you know, living off good. I'm living well. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I had sleepless nights. There was point in times I wanted to quit my job that I'm at currently because I thought there was no money there. Why did I think there was no money there? Because I just ran through all my savings. Now I'm stressed the fuck out trying to make sure I'm able to pay $5,000 in bills. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you guys, like, if you're young, stack up your money. Get $100,000. Then after you get $100,000, then save up 10, 15 grand in your regular bank account, and then use that as like your regular, you know what I'm saying, like your backup saving. The other $100,000 you have in stocks, that you have in Bitcoin, that you have in whatever, any investment that you have it in, yes, forget about that. It doesn't mean nothing. The 10, 15 grand that you save up after that, then you could go, you know what? I want to buy me a nice car, a little sports car, put 10, 15, put 10, 15 grand down on a nice little sports car. Cool, go nuts. You have 100 grand, you could afford it. Go nuts, go crazy, go stupid. But the point is, don't rush into these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Because then you'll make the same mistakes I made, trying to show off, trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Trying to be somebody. For what? At the end of the day, for what? You're gonna eat, shit, sleep, and then go back to work. Like, the amount of times I've been to the amenities in this apartment, and I'm gonna show you. We got a nice ass rooftop. We got a nice ass fucking 10th floor. Pool, 2-floor gym, spa, movie theater, fucking 3D gaming room where you could like kick the ball and it will like 3D dimension it. You know, 3D simulator game. You know what I'm saying? The rooftop has water fountains up top. You know what I'm saying? The other side of the rooftop has a whole bar. Matter of fact, I moved into this apartment at 20 years old. Not old enough to drink, and guess what? They gave me this wine card. Do I have it on me? Nah, I think I took it out. My card. Yeah, I took it out. But anyways, they gave me this wine card. You could swipe it at the rooftop and get free wine. I'm 20 years old. I'm living here. Like, I got free wine. What? That's crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is an experience for sure. However, don't rush into this, man. Like, there's a lot more to life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stack up your money. You know what I mean? Like, once you have $1 million in your investments, let's say the stock market blows up to 10% that day, you have an extra 100 grand. Just like I put that extra $1,000 in the stock market 2 weeks ago, and it went up 10, 13% into Tesla. I put it into Tesla and Libre Mercado. Okay, that's like Amazon for like Spanish people, for like for the Latin culture, right? And that both of those stocks went up 10, 13%. So imagine I would have put $100,000. I would have had $100,000. That's 10 more grand. Like that in 2 days, in 3 days. Imagine I had $1 million. Man, what? I wish I could go back in time. I would have had $30,000 plus an extra $40,000 saved up from this apartment alone. If I just said no to myself, I could go back to myself and punch myself in the head and be like, don't get that fucking apartment. I would have had about $70,000, $80,000, maybe even more, because again, inflation, shit goes up. Bitcoin went up to 100 grand. I had Bitcoin when it was down at like 50, 60,000. Now it's at $110,000. Some crazy shit like that. Imagine I would have still had that money. Yeah, bruh. Listen, man. Point is, don't rush into these things. People you see around you doing good, doing great, doing amazing. It's not always the case. You don't see the backstory. You don't see the backlash. You don't see the sleepless nights. You don't see the times where they had $0 in their bank account. There was a point in time in December, I remember this shit. This guy needed money. He asked me for, I think, $50, something like that. He was like, yo, bro, can you give me $50? I'll pay you back in 2 days. Because in 2 days was our pay period. I go to the bank account. I take out $50. Word to my mother. Word to my mother, bro. I had like $73 in my bank account. Like, I went to the vending machine. I went to the ATM machine. Took out $50. Got a receipt, and I had $70 balance. All my credit cards maxed out. I'm still paying everything, by the way. I'm a 100% payment history. My credit score is like 8,000 beacon. My credit score is like grandma with $1 billion in her bank account that she got fucking given to, right? By her dead husband. And like no bills. You know what I'm saying? That's what my credit score look like. But I had $73 in my bank account, and I had $5,500. I had $73 in my bank account and $5,500 in bills to pay in 2 weeks. That was a grind. Man, what? December, I sold so many cars for so much money. And again, all thanks to God. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be humble. It's all thanks to God. Only reason I'm still here, only reason that I didn't get kicked out of my apartment is because of God. That's it. If you don't have your faith in God, if you don't believe in God, you can throw everything else out the window. Your ego is gonna get to you. Everything else is gonna get to you. You might get far. You might get far a little bit. But then that shit gonna come crashing down 10 times quicker than they went up. You know what I'm saying? So those are the two biggest takeaways. Take your time with life. Don't rush into shit. Don't rush into that supercar. Don't rush into that sports car. Don't rush into that apartment. And put your faith in God. And just keep on working every single day. Keep on chipping away. Doom, 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 doom. And then in 5 years from now, if you do that shit, you're gonna be so set. You're gonna be like, man, thank you. You're gonna thank me. You're gonna come back to this, even if it's just one person that watches this YouTube video and comes back in 5 years and be like, man, thank you. That's it. That's all I want. But yeah, I'm gonna continue to enjoy my view. I'm gonna go smoke a cigar and drink some beers. You know what I'm saying? Today's my last day. I already moved all my stuff back into my mom's house. By the way, I'm living with my mom now. Yep. I moved back in with my mom, paying her some money so she could be, you know, just a little bit relaxed. You know, she don't have to worry about bills, stuff like that. I'm gonna try to retire her in 3 years. So stay tuned to the YouTube video because this is what's coming next. In 3 years, my mom is gonna be retired. Mark my words. Mark my words. In 3 years, my mom is gonna be retired. That's a promise I'm making to you guys. That's my first YouTube video. That is the promise I'm making to you guys. All right. In 3 years, my mom's gonna be retired. In 3 years, I'm gonna be able to have my dream car, which is it's not even that crazy. It's not. It's a Z06 C8 Corvette, maybe a ZR1, right? But for right now, Z06 C8 Corvette with the Z07 package, and it has to be a convertible, and it has to be the 3LT. So top of the line, I think if you get it brand new, it's probably like $170,000. That's my dream car. Why? It's sporty, it's nice. I always wanted a Corvette since I was like 7, 8 years old. I still have pictures of me like posing by Corvettes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my dream. But first I gotta save up $100,000 before I do anything. Move back into my mom, help her out with her bills. I'm not just gonna be a fucking bum living there. No, fuck no. Only reason I'm moving back in with my mom is because I want to help her out. Because I could easily go get a $1,500 apartment and live over there chilling. But no, I'd rather give those $1,500 to my mom, have her live stress-free. Because again, she doesn't know English, she doesn't know the language. You know, she's been working at the same job for the past 20 years. And like, I get it. But she has achieved everything. She has achieved her goals. Now I have my goals, my ambitions. My goals are to retire my mom, get that supercar, and get a $10 million house, which I have a YouTube video that I've been watching since I was like 16 years old of this house. and I'm gonna get that fucking house. I don't know how, but I'm gonna get that fucking house. You better best believe it. You better best tune in. You better like, subscribe, cause I'm getting that house. And in 10 years, 8 years, 9 years, however long it takes me to get that house, I'm gonna be back, and I'm gonna say, I told you so.